Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Just listening to a little bit of Barry White and the Love Unlimited Orchestra. For tonight's supper, we're going to have some chicken wings and some homemade mashed potatoes. Within the homemade mashed potatoes will be the usual salt and pepper and margarine and milk, but I'm going to put in some little pieces of turkey bacon. This is the Oscar Mayer brand of turkey bacon. I hope that everyone that comes in here come in for a moment or moments. Hi, Lawanda. Just putting some turkey bacon in there. And I have some red potatoes. We're going to do some homemade mashed potatoes. Kind of in the mood for something that sticks to the tummy tonight. I'm going to lower this down a little bit. We don't want it to burn. So yeah, I hope you're doing good. And I just preheated the oven. I'm pulling a naughty tonight. Let me make sure to double check the temperature. 300. These bake at 375 degrees. These are my favorite wings in the world. They are the Blazin, the Pilgrim's brand of Blazin wings. Blazin wings. Very, very spicy and oh so good. Hi, Lena. Lead me to peace. Jeannie, AW73. Hold on, let's put these on. Hi, Phyllis Brown. I was just telling she is Lawanda that we're going to do some homemade mashed potatoes. And I just put in some turkey bacon to fry. And we're going to have some Blazin wings, nice and spicy. Oh, yes, indeed. You preheat your oven to 375 degrees. And about 40 minutes later, out come these delightful, delectable, and delicious, if I may say so myself. What I like about this packaging is it is resealable. But this is the Pilgrim's brand. I remember when they were about $6. I think they're about $8 or $9 now, but it's a once in a while goodie. Can't get them all the time. And you can see, I don't know, my laptop will do them justice. They're kind of coated, a nice coating to them. Nice red and hot. Hot and spicy. And they heat up quite well. Reheat quite well. So we just throw some, I don't know, looks like we got a couple kind of fused together right there. Hold on. Sorry to break y'all up, but so I got some red potatoes. What are your favorite parts? See, I like the little drumettes, these kind of big. And then, of course, you have the other part of the wing that's kind of small, both just as good. But I do so enjoy the extra meaty portion. So I'm going to be naughty and put some of the drumettes, some of the thin part back in there. Come on, let's go on in here and try to look for some of them bigger pieces. Come on, Pilgrim's Pride. That would be the brand, Pilgrim's, rather. Hold on. Y'all ain't doing me right now. Come on now. Okay, we found a couple more. But yeah, I'm going to chop up the turkey bacon and blend that in. So we're going to add insult to injury and put a few extra in there. But basically, you just bake them, and about 40 minutes later, check on them. Or about 20 minutes later, I like to turn them over halfway through. I like them crispy. Now, some folks like them just crispy. Mine have to be crispy. You know, us foodies, there's a certain set way we like our food to be, texture and flavor. Hi, Lena, Stephanie Nicole. Jacob Lemon, hi. Yeah. They can barely, and I say the thin thread, they can barely be burnt. Barely. I mean really crispy. And then I like to dip them in blue cheese or in ranch dressing, or they are fine just all by themselves. Now, the ideal situation would probably be some celery on the side, but I don't have any celery at the moment. But that's basic. I was just in the mood for something flavorful that I really want to eat. Oh, I thought about those. I thought about the veggie burgers, but I says no, not today. And here are our red potatoes. Can we do this thing? Can we slide over here? I'm trying to get this just right for y'all. Got the water burling in the back there. Turn the bacon over. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all had your Labor Day off. And I pray that you were able to enjoy it. I pray that you were able to enjoy it with your family. I hope you had a wonderful barbecue, so on and so forth. Yeah, I got the ranch. Hi, Miss HD Clan. Hey, what's up? Jacob, it's wonderful to see you. So we got our little handy dandy. Let me get a bag or something. Try to put the peelings in the bag. I did buy an El Cheapo salad. When the salads are, I mean, you got to eat them right away. When the salads at Walmart, they're just about to expire, which today is the 4th. This expires today. So for $2.86, $2.86, you're saving $1.11. We have the market side. Their market side, it is the Southwest salad. It comes with everything, as many of you know. It's got your dressing and your toppings and everything included. So maybe we can do part of the salad on the side. Try to act like we're being good and eat some greens with it. Yeah, I went out to the country and saw Mr. Tim. I used to, seeing as I used to live out there, I had a P.O. box out there, and every once in a while, some of my mail, usually it's just junk mail. And I had a couple of things that I needed to bring him. So, got to be careful. I'm going to end up I'm trying to concentrate the peelings in the bag, but that's not really working. Hold on, let me move a few items there. I think you can make sure you can. Trying to look at my hand to see what you can see. We don't want to lose you. I'm trying my best with this thing. Hold on, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry if there was any noise if you're wearing earbuds. Let's try. Okay, I think you can see. But yeah, I'll tell you what, I love the fall. The high today here is supposed to be about 84 degrees. Beautiful sunshine, breeze, perfect weather for my second of 2 days off. And then we go in, as I said before, I go in tomorrow night or tomorrow in the afternoon, 2 nights in, and then 2 more nights off. What I'm pleased about is, let's see, it's Tuesday. I work Wednesday and Thursday, so the 2 days off will be Friday and Saturday. I'm like, oh, thank you, because I know that most of you all will be off on Friday evening. Most of you, it just depends on the kind of work that you do. And yes, if some of you don't know about if you're wondering about the jacket, that is the one that I got for $4.99 at the Goodwill. And I sit down, I bring Timmy one of his favorite beverages. It's like a citrusy drink. And he sets up the chair for me, and we just sit outside, just looking onto the field and just talking. And he reaches over to touch the sleeve of the jacket. He's looking at it. I said, "Where do you think I got this from? Where do you think I got it from?" He just smiles. I go, "That's right. I'm the Goodwill Queen." I think he kind of liked it. We're looking at the grapes. He's got the Concord grapes, or the purple grapes, and then the other grapes that I had gotten. He wants to make, now this is for him, not for me, but he wants to make his own wine. So we're sitting there, and we're going through. I've got my cell phone out. He has his cell phone out. And we're looking up the type of yeast. You have to put yeast in it. I've never made wine. I mean, this is solely for him and for his consumption. I don't know that his parents would drink any. I'm not really sure. I said, well, before you bottle it and start put the yeast in it and everything, I go, once you put the grapes in there into this, it's like a little distill thing. This is what we were researching, the proper distill, the yeast that has to be used for the kind of wine that he wants to make. We're looking at all this stuff. I said, well, before you put the yeast in it, I go, before you start the distilling process, and it's just grape juice, I'd appreciate a jug of fresh grape juice. That would be awesome. And the grape-colored grapes, if you will, the Concord grapes, that grape juice is supposed to be really, really good for you. It's supposed to be really good for you, so we're just trying to, and the thing of it is, there's apples, there's plums, there's like 3 varieties of apples out there, there's plums, there's all these grapes. I said, it would be a doggone shame to let these grapes just sit here and just basically rot on the vine, to do something with them. So that was what he wanted to do, and I'm like, okay, if that's what you want to do, let's do. He says, I like to do my research. I said, I know. You're gonna go ahead and do your research and figure out. Okay, here is our turkey bacon, right there, nice and cooked just right. So I'm gonna set that to the side over here. And we'll crumble or chop that up once we get the potatoes mashed. We're going to set this to the side. Good night, Miss Phyllis. Thank you. It's hot where you are, Miss Lena. Hi, Miss Marnie. Hi. LB! Oh, come here. Oh, come here. I'm sorry if I'm going to get makeup on you. How you doing? I'm just peeling some taters. Hey, I got your goodness gracious. I got your postcard. Thank you very much. We're gonna go in there in a little bit. If I keep running my mouth, it's gonna take me 10 years to peel these potatoes. But yeah, so anyway, Mr. Tim wants to do that, and I'm like, okay, I can help you with that. Goodness gracious. I don't know. It seems like I'd be better off with a knife. Some people use Yukon Gold potatoes, or I like red potatoes. They're soft, and just to me, they're kind of sweet. So we're gonna get this going. Let me tell you something. There is something so peaceful about cooking, And when you're by yourself like I am, it's just, you can just kind of sit and quietly think about things. And it's actually, to me, it's like when I fold laundry. I know that sounds kind of silly, but when I'm folding laundry or organizing things, folding things and putting things away, like my teacher in grade school would say to me, a place for everything and everything in its place. There's just something kind of peaceful about it. So now I do have the blender, which I picked up at the garage sale, and I have the other thingy. But we're gonna go old school. We're gonna smash them down. And we're gonna take this and we're gonna mix them up with our milk, our salt, our pepper, a little bit of margarine in there. I don't like them runny, but I don't like them overly thick. Somewhere as far as the texture of the mashed potatoes, it's got to be meaty, if you will, have a little thickness to it. And some folks like them a little on the thin side. Some folks like them on the thick side. Some folks like them extra buttery. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to do your taters. And then, if you choose to, if you have leftovers, you can do some potato pancakes with a little bit of flour, salt, and pepper. And you can fry up some really good potato pancakes for any time. Let me tell you something. Potato pancakes are good for with anything, for any meal. You can even take some crumbled up sausage and mix it in with your potato mixture and make some potato pancakes, if you will, or patties, whatever you want to call them, and have your meat infused in there. You can throw a veggie in. You can do whatever you want there, whatever you enjoy. I dare say, I bet you some of the greatest foods were accidentally put together with someone in the kitchen with leftovers. The best thing, one of the best things is if you have a family, a big family, and you spend your time in the kitchen getting everything ready, and everyone says, "Good job! Oh my gosh, this is really good." Doesn't that make you feel good? I know it did me. Well, let me see. We've got 3 more to go after this one. Just about done with this one. But yeah, so I left Tim's and I put on some music. I let the windows down. And so here you are driving. It's just country. You see cows, see horses, your music's playing. It's like 78, 79 degrees, whatever. It feels really good. All right, Miss Lena, you have a great night. Hi, Carol Caps. Thank you, Deborah. Hi, Love Cats. Yeah, I'll have to figure out, hold on. Ellen, I will have to figure out something for those walk and talks. But yeah, we got just a few more to go. But yeah, that is something very therapeutic about this, I'm telling you. And let's see what else. Yeah, that's about it, folks. Just thought I'd come in and say, hey, how you doing? What's really good is the twice baked potatoes, where you use the skin, you cut them in half, and you bake them, and you take the potato out, and you mix that with sour cream and stuff, and then put that back in the skin and bake them. Oh. Okay, almost there. I got a big one and a little one to go. But yeah. Yeah, I had to get to the store today because I don't like going before work. Sometimes I have no choice, because when you get off at 4 o'clock in the morning, the only thing that's open are convenience stores, and You're not going to get it. You're not going to get any taters from the convenience store. You may get a banana or an apple, but you're not going to get any taters. Yes, yes, LB. I love them too. She's saying she loves the twice baked potatoes. I do too. Okay, we're coming around the firehouse turn. I'm almost done. And talking about cooking, speaking of cooking, I love preparing the Thanksgiving meal. One of my favorites to do. Now I don't know what I'm going to do this year. I think the company gives us a turkey, but it's just going to be me. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to get some plastic bags. Excuse me a second. I'm going to have to get some plastic bags or whatever, and then just have the meal. Maybe have a small container with a second meal of leftovers in the fridge. Excuse me. And then freeze the rest. Oh, I won't waste not anything. But I like to do the meal, and I like to do a sweet potato pie as well. Basically, a sweet potato pie to me, it's like kind of like mashed sweet potatoes. My shell is awful, so I buy the shell. I don't buy the shell, I buy the dough, and then I've got a pie plate. So yeah. Can I say hi to your hubby, Joe? Hi, Joe. How are you? Welcome. Hi, Eliza. Okay, the last one is a baby one, and we're going to try to burn through this right quick. Fancy's over there. She's pacing back and forth. Like, when are you going to sit down? Are you going to sit in the bedroom, or are you going to sit in the living room? Chop, chop, Ma, let's go. We cannot sit. I said to myself, nope, we're not going to sit and doubt ourselves. We're going to go on there and say hi to everybody and just keep it going. Yes, I know you heard me. I know you heard me. Come here, Fancy. I'll tell you, if it was possible, but I don't think it is, for a former life for an animal, I swear my cat was a dog. All right, now we got to take our peelings. They're very appealing. I had to do it. Hold on, let me check the floor. And then we got a couple of scragglers. Okay. All right, yay. Okay, do a little rinse right quick. All right, kids. Oh, it's still kind of warm. I can't put anything on there. We need to chop these bad boys. Hold on, let's select. Oh, yeah. We got the psycho knife. Goodness gracious. If you cut them in smaller pieces, they'll cook quicker for you. And let's see, my time, it's 5:15, which means it's about 8 o'clock where you are. I tried my best to get on here early. Last night I was just on too late. But y'all know why I did that. Okay. This one. Okay, perfect. Remember, when you're chopping, put those fingers back. Put those fingers back. And then we got an itty bitty little baby one. All right, yay. Okay, let's rinse the top of this thing off right quick. I hear you, boo-boo, but you need to come out here. I can't leave my friends right now. Okay. Make sure there's nothing laying around here. Get it kind of wiped up a little bit. Beautiful. I think we need to sprinkle a little salt in the water. Perfect. Okay, so we have our salt, we have our pepper, we've got the bacon. We'll leave the bacon to the side. Matter of fact, we'll just put this put the pie plate on top of there and leave that to the side. And we got our margarine. All right. 719 where you are, Eliza? Hey, Ruth. Sophisticated TW. Oh, Canada, we love you. Yes, we do. Okay. All right. I've got the other stuff set up in there. I'm going to leave these lights on. Bring my friends in here. Got the plug set up. I think I sort of have everything correct. Let me take a look back and make sure. Yes, I do. All right. Hold on. And we have this. Oh, hold on. We gotta plug her in. Hold on. Where's the plug? Oh, there we go. Boo boo. Hey. All right. Let's turn this off. And yes, I know. Don't get mad at me. The cat is scolding me. Okay. Calm yourself down. It's all good. Okay, slide over, please. Watch your footy. Watch your footy. Hi. Oh. You know what? Today's drink shall be the Razzleberry. It says right there, the Razzleberry peace tea. Kind of tastes like raspberries. So let us enjoy. Have a little drink. Boo boo, stop that right now. Stop that right now. My cat eats paper. I kid you not. Literally eats paper. I do not know why. Over there, I've got another one right here. And where is it? Ah, Miss LB. Here is Miss LB's postcard to add to the collection. My friends from Georgia. Woo woo! East Coast. Woo woo! And oh yeah, and she got the moo-moos. Remember I was talking about the moo-moos? Isn't that sweet of her to do? Look at those little moo-moos. My goodness. Okay, we gotta put it up here. Hold on. Where's my? Okay. What did I just say? Stop that and stop it now. Stop it. Sorry for disciplining my cat on cam. All right, hold on now. Let's get the thingy. Oh goodness gracious! I should just leave these in here. All right, let's get our push pin. Should I do the? Okay. Well, let's see. I think since we have Hawaii, we got Hawaii over here. We're going to put you, Georgia, we're going to put you right. Uh-oh. First, we're going to drop the push pin. Then we got to get another push pin. Let's try this again. My fingers. Okay, attempt number 2. Hold push pin firmly between your fingers. All right, here we go, kids. Send in your postcards so I can just fill this up. By the way, LB, this says, this is one of your notes from the package. It says, a few things for you from a fab fam friend. So I just decided I wanted to keep that. You have to back up, little girl. Back it up. Okay, geez, it looks pretty cool. Yeah, I have I received the box from my mind's drawing a blank. California Globe, of course. We're gonna leave it down there for now. It's so good to see you all. I am not gonna be on here. I'm gonna try my best not to be on here for 2 hours. I keep thinking in my head, I've got to stop being on for so long, but sometimes I get so emotional, or I just start reading and I start talking, and then we go into a different subject and we just keep going with it. And going through my things, I forgot, did not know if I still had this or not, but here's a ginormous picture. I've got to get a frame for it. Thank you, love cats. How you doing? Thank you. We've got a ginormous picture. There's my sister. That person back there is from school. I remember that person, but I can't remember their name. But that face, I will never forget. I never forget the faces. But they managed to get a nice photograph of her. It's got kind of damage right here, but that's okay. And we're gonna have to get a nice frame for that. For goodness sakes. For goodness sakes. Yeah, I found it's kind of funny because right now I really need her. I really need her rather badly. And I found it kind of ironic that I went in to get some papers and stuff, and I'm lifting the papers, and I had put this photograph between papers, and I forgot it was there. So I'm getting the papers out, and I look down and see the picture. Right on time. Right on time. Oh, yes, indeed. And of course, I say to him, I get out of the car at Tim's place, and I said, I gotta have one. Come give it to me. Come give it to me. So he hugs me, and then we proceed to have a very long discussion. Oh, look at this. Oh, you're just so cute. Oh, these are the things I do when I'm alone. My cat, I go, oh, you're just you're just so cute. You're so adorable. I love you. Shh, don't tell anybody I do that. Yes, sophisticated TW pictures are priceless. And that photographer did an excellent job. My goodness, you can even see your hands perfectly clear. No, I'm not sitting here worshiping a photograph like it's an idol or something, but it was a pleasure, and it made me very happy to see it. Yes, LB. Oh, come on. I don't know if she's going to get mad at me. Oh, she's hanging on. She's hanging on. Get a close up. You see how her eyes look green? Yeah. But here's what's kind of funny. I thought you couldn't see very well. I had a piece of chicken or something like this. I went and she watched my hand, and when I dropped the piece of chicken, she looked as it dropped and went right to it. So she's got some sight. I don't know what's happening, but it seems to me like her sight is improving. Look at this. Hiking up the hiney. They love doing that. I don't know why. They all do that instinctively. But yeah. And I'm going to have the pleasure of trimming her nails. Trimming her nails is like a nightmare. She will try to bite me. She will try to scratch me. She does not like her paws scratched. So I have to sit there, pet her with one hand and grab the other. Sometimes I have to like grab her, just hold her down. Oh my gosh, it's terrible, but you have to. Because if you don't cut those claws, as you know, they're like a hat, they're like the letter C and pointy. You don't have to cut all the way back, just the tip, just cut the tip. And if you don't, that thing will grow and it will go around and it will go right into their paw. You have to do it. So later on, I'm not doing that on camera. I just don't want y'all to witness the cat going, ah, you know. But yeah, so today's the day I've been dreading. It's maybe every 3 weeks, but I have to do it. And so the last time I trimmed them all, basically trim 2 or 3. She gets calm, pet her, trim a few more. And then if she seems extremely agitated, I'll wait till the next day, grab a few more. It might take me 3 days, believe it or not. It's very hard to do. So I missed one. I miss what equates to our thumb, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm petting her. She puts her hand out. They spread their paws out like this. I looked and that thing was starting to turn. I almost fell over. And it was a wrestling match, but I managed to get it and trim it. Don't mean to go on about it, but I love the goofy cat. I switched her food also to a cat food that it's got vitamins or whatever. So, only dry cat food, and I give her tuna fish and I give her chicken, like that spicy chicken. I'll take the coating off and go inside and get a few little pieces and I'll give it to her. But that's about it. I try to keep the same diet. I think it's better than trying to give her, for me, do what you will with your own kitty cat, but I don't like giving her stuff that's got a lot of fat, fat and stuff hanging on it. I don't do that. My neighbor has a Siamese kitty. I think I told you this. I didn't know it's an indoor cat. The bluest eyes you ever want to see. It's like I've seen them on video, but I've never been into a person's house that owned one. So I go in there, the trademark tan, the trademark darkening on the paws, the trademark, the markings on her cat are gorgeous. And it is strict. See, she just bit me, and she just bit me, but not hard. That's a loving bite. See that? She's actually trying to bite because she wants me to pet her. What is wrong with you today? First you're trying to eat paper, and then you're trying to sit here and chew on me. Yes, love cats for 13 years. That's excellent. Her her cat is, I think she said 18 years old. And my sister Carmen, she doesn't have any cats now because they're all in kitty heaven. But each one of her cats lived minimally 19 years. One of them lived 20 years. The other one like 21 years, But everyone has their ways, how they do their animals. There's certain set things I didn't like, but that's not my business. It's her house and her cats. And for goodness freaking sakes, the cats live to be about 20. So, hey, she took very, very good care of them. I remember when I went to Connecticut, some of you may remember, when I was sort of a stop before coming here. I was going to give Fancy to her, right? I bring Fancy in there, and I have her what I have, her carrier. I have her carrier. Her carrier is by the I set it down. It was near the door. I just put it on the ground, on the floor, and so she sees my sister, and she sort of kind of puts her head back. She's kind of eyeing her, My sister's kind of hyper, and she talks like this. If you think I talk a lot, my sister talks twice as much as I do. If you can believe there's another human that talks more than I do. So, and the pitch of her voice, she found very annoying. And when she would talk, she would just sort of draw back. I go, I don't know if this is going to work, and I says, no, I don't think I can leave her. So exactly, L. Anderson, exactly. Yeah, 18. That Siamese cat, she told me, is 18. Now, she said it's an indoor kitty, but once in a while, when she steps out the door, the cat will follow her like a dog. I kid you not, and stay right near her feet. Right near her feet. My Miss J next door. Yeah. So yeah, so I look back, and Fancy's sitting on her, she's sitting on her carrier. She's sitting on her carrier like, when are we gonna get out of here? Just put me back in this box. I wanna go. I don't know why I found it kind of funny. By the door, there's the carrier. She just jumps on top of the carrier and she just sits there and she's kind of looking at me like, really? You're gonna leave me with this crazy woman? Are you kidding me? Yeah. Hi, Miss Nyla. Yeah, I was, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go and I'll be in this camper or whatever, which way this is gonna work out for me. I didn't know what was gonna happen. Yeah. What is the matter, baby? Hmm? Hmm? I know. She knows I'm upset. She knows. They know, I'm telling you. A dog or a cat can sense when you're off kilter, when you're not yourself, or when you're sick and you're not feeling good. This has been my experience with all my animals. Because you're a certain set way, you have a certain routine with them. You get up at a certain set time. They know when you're putting on shoes and you're grabbing your bag that you're going to leave. But when they see you very still, or you appear to be a certain set way, they can feel that. And so here she's just all over me. Uniquely Ashante. Hi, how you doing? But yeah, so getting back to supper, we're gonna do the mashed potatoes. We're gonna drop a little bit of the turkey bacon in there. Maybe we'll throw a little salad on the plate with it, part of that salad that I got, because I gotta eat that by tomorrow. And look at that, just leaning in. Are you all right? Hmm? Because sometimes she's not like this. She can be kind of, how cats can be. They're the boss. They do whatever it is they want to do. You all right? Hmm? Yeah. Uh, you know, I love you, right? Mommy loves you, right? Goodness gracious, normally she don't let me hold her this long. You know how cats are? They'll start to squirm. Goodness gracious, you okay? Sorry, y'all. Having a moment. Look at that. She's actually pushing herself against me. Mm-hmm. It's all right. I'm gonna be okay, okay? Okay? I didn't mean to yell at you about the paper. But I don't want you eating paper because I don't want you getting sick, you understand? Paper is not a way to get extra fiber. I just want you to understand that. She licks photographs and will eat paper. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the texture, or the smoothness of a photograph or whatever. For goodness sakes. I know. You all right? You all right now? All right. Can I put you down now? Can I put you down? You gonna be okay? Okay? All right. I'm gonna try to put you down. You know there's food over there, and I just changed your water. Ruth. Hi, Ruth. I know, with the paper, LB, I've never understood it. When my mother passed, I had 2 dogs and 3 cats, And they cried when we cried. Oh, I believe you. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? There's some people that just don't like the thought of having an animal in their house, and that's okay. I don't know. Miss Ashante, is everything okay? Oh, you're okay? Okay. All right. Of course, he's ceremonial cat hair. Excuse me. Leave the box alone. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna put it over there. I'm gonna put it over there. Okay. Don't get mad at me. Okay. We'll give it another 8 minutes. I can hear the I know. Love Cat says I'm always pulling hair out of my mouth. I know. And I brush her. But there's the regular coat, the color of the coat that you see, but underneath there's an undercoat underneath there, you know? And you brush and you brush and you brush, and there's certain times of the year where that coat gets very heavy. And then when the weather gets warm, they tend to shed. Ms. Mama, daughter, sister, hi. It's wonderful to see you. Yeah, there's two coats. A lot of people, well, if a person doesn't have animals, they don't know that. No big deal. But you have the coat, the colors that you see. But underneath, there's an even softer coat. And I'm telling you, you have to brush down into that coat. And the reason, this is the other thing about a cat, is their skin is softer than a dog's skin. Yes, it is. It's like butter under there, you know? And this is why fleas, you got to be very careful. Fleas love the skin of a cat because it is so soft and easy for them to bite and to latch onto. I didn't know anything about fleas until I had a dog that had gotten fleas being outside. And the best thing to do, I find, is to read up on things to find out how, when, why, how's this, whatever. Because I had to fog my house and take the cat out, and all of us had to go out. I had to dip the dogs. I had 3 small dogs, and then I had to fog the house. I mean, you have to do everything at once. Take the cats out, take the dogs and go out for a few hours before letting anybody in, let animals back in, opening all your windows for a period of time and letting all that stuff out, and then wiping down your counters. It was like a nightmare. But the flea just gets on the animal, lays the eggs on the animal. Sorry to be graphic or gross. And then what happens is, as the animal is walking, the eggs fall off the animal and just sort of fall and just land where they will. And you're trying to figure out, where are all these fleas coming from? They fall off the animal. It's a vicious, weird cycle. But I had to read up and learn about it in order to get rid of them, because I was losing my mind. I've heard of that. LB's talking about the petting glove. Yes, I've heard about that. Hold on. I hope so. Hold on. Yes, Miss Ashante, I would agree with what you told LB. When you get days off, y'all ever notice that? You get that extra day, you'll have 3 days off in a row, and then you got to get back to work, and it's like, oh my gosh. Hi, S. Jameson. Yes, yes, and this thing that we've heard about it probably for the past 5 years, about the bed bug thing. Oh my gosh, that just creeped me out. That something wants to jump on you, bite you, and suck blood. I told y'all I don't like bugs. I like bees, and believe it or not, of course I like the centipedes. Centipedes eat other bugs. I like them. There's certain and the praying mantis. You can they are to me they're so beautiful. They're kind of elegant looking and long. I would not like to have a family of them in here, but I like just how they look. There's something about how they're sloped and how they're shaped. I know y'all probably think, oh boy, she's gone off the deep end. Yeah. And they can get really long. And I brought one over to my neighbor. I don't know why. There was one on my door and it was white. It was like white or a light tan, almost white looking. And I said, hey, Miss J, she goes, oh, that's a female. That's why it's that color. She knows, she knows a lot more about it than I do. Well, the reason why I say that uniquely, Ashanti, I don't want bees anywhere around me, but I like them for the planet. And I like them that they, y'all know what I'm talking about when they go flower to flower. What do you call that? Can't think of what you call that. Centipedes seem kind of scary. Bees will give you honey, and the raw honey is it's really good. It's really good for you. But, if they just stay up at a distance and don't bother me, I won't bother them. It's the wasps. The wasps. Oh, they are mean. And there's a tin roof on this little house that I'm in. And I see them going in and coming out. And they tried to build certain nests. I went and got that spray and I got rid of the nest because you're not going to have a nest above my head. And then I'm going to come out. You're going to think I'm, trying to attack you and you're going to all attack me. So I had to do it. I had to spray them out. I had to do it. I had to kill them. But they're still going up underneath and between the roof. The wasps are. So the centipedes, because they eat other insects. I know they're kind of freaky because they're long and it's kind of scary looking, especially the ones that look like they have long hair. But there's certain ones. Pollination, thank you. Thank you, LB. Yeah. And what was weird is I watched this video. Speaking of pollination, Miss LB, they're saying that a lot of the bees are just out and out disappearing and the population is being reduced. And they had a beekeeper, I think it might even be on YouTube still, where he came out to look at the bees. You know how they have them? They have them on the little sliding, like the little boards. They pull them out. They'll have them in a big rolly cart, if you will. And then they pull them out. They have a little smoker, smoker, like the metal can to calm them so they don't get stung and they can extract the honey, right? So he went out one morning and a whole bunch of them were just gone. And he didn't even know why. There weren't any dead ones on the ground. So that's kind of scary. We need them. Hi, Zoe Wolfchild. I love ladybugs. They don't, at least as far as I'm concerned, over all these years of being around them, they'll land on you, but they don't bite. I've never been bitten by one. By one. Can I tell all 28 of you something? Thank you so very much for being here. You can stay for a minute, for a few seconds, or a few minutes. You're like, oh no, they're talking about bugs. I gotta go. That's cool. I'm just very happy that you're here. And I came back in here because I checked the tables and I gotta still just a little bit, they need to be a little bit softer. So yeah, to those of you that don't know, I started off by frying up some turkey bacon, which I'm going to put into the mashed potatoes chopped up. And then we have our salt, our pepper, and our margarine, and we got some milk, and we're going to make homemade mashed potatoes. And then I bought for for those of you that weren't in here in the very beginning. And I purchased the Pilgrim's Blazin wings. They're very spicy. You put them in for about 40 minutes, and I've got them in there on a pizza pan. So what I try to do midway is I take them out and turn them over. So we're going to do the chicken wing, mashed potato, and I've got a salad that I got for a couple of dollars at the Walmart. You all know when they expire. I showed this to some of you already, but $2.86 for the salad. And it is the Southwest salad. Grilled chicken, pico de gallo, tortilla strips, chipotle shredded cheese, and chipotle ranch dressing. So there's a dress. So maybe we'll do a part of a salad on the side to get our veggie. Oh, I'll put that in the sink and get another one. But yeah, and I'm doing it with the smashed with the red potatoes. So let's get the check the wings. And the fly situation, I think because of the cool weather, is no more. And I had my windows shut. Since it's the holidays, I called the maintenance people. Basically, I don't know if they're going to do it, but they have to replace all. I only have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 4 windows. They're going to have to replace all the screens because they're dented at the top, like with a little V, and the flies can just, if you open the window, it's like there isn't a screen. They'll just come into the top and just come out, all come in here. So let's check our wingies. Just want to be careful. Here are the chicken wings, and I just want to rinse my hands. I don't feel like having chicken wings with cat fur. That would not be good. So basically, I just like to turn them over. Yeah, this is good. They're darker on the other side. But yeah. Okay. See, you can see if I can do this. Let's try to do this. See. Oh, I don't want to drop it, but I'm just trying to show you. It doesn't feel very secure. Hold on. There we go. So they're like lighter, and then there's the other side where they're more cooked. This is why I turn them over. From the light, turn them over. Okay, let's see. This one. Okay, I think we got it, kids, and I think we got another 15 or 20 minutes. I just cut into them or take a bite, and I can tell by the texture if they're done to my liking. Yeah, you put them in according to the package directions. I think it's 375 degrees. Make sure I don't want to say the wrong thing. 375 degrees for 40 minutes. Swirl these around a little bit. I always make. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me. The potato felt kind of soft. I don't want to overcook. Oh, I think we can come in for a landing. This looks pretty soft to me. See how that broke apart like that? Looks pretty soft to me. Oh, we have liftoff. I'm glad I double checked. I'm gonna pour this out right quick here. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's turned off. Just want to drain them. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing that you go over to a plant, it's all green, all the green, and you grab the whole plant and you pull it up out of the dirt, and there you have your potato. I don't know how that sounds to you all, but I'm still amazed at the most simplest things, how peanuts and carrots, they all grow in the soil. And I'm just amazed at certain set things, how you can get the honey from the bees like that. It just rolls me back way, way back to the Garden of Eden and how there was everything there that the man and the woman needed. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful to the Heavenly Father for providing for you and for me these things. Lately, like I said, I think all of any events that may be occurring, I think they're occurring for me to be even more appreciative of him. And it's okay. We're not going to talk about anything negative. So I wonder if I can just do this. And I think I should. I think we can do it. Let's see if we can do it like this, if it's possible. Please forgive me for moving stuff around like this continuously, but I have no other way to do it. Okay, let's put this down. And then we're going to have this. I just want you to be able to, it's no big deal, but I just feel really bad. It feels like it's so far away from you, and that bothers me. Okay, so we have our bacon. Have our implements. Where's the margarine? The margarine's right there. Okay. All right. Let us sit down. There we go. Okay. Every once in a while, the little noggin that's called my brain works. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. So basically, let's do our smash. Maybe we should stand up. Get a little bit more of a grip here. Oh, the milk, my friends, the milk. I actually ended up throwing some milk out because I rarely use it. So this time I got a tiny one. So we're going to mush that. Oh, there's just something about, especially in the dead of winter, there's something about homemade mashed potatoes. I'm telling you. I'm getting mushed up. Some of you ever remember seeing Mom do this? I sure did. I was fascinated. This is going to sound so ridiculous. I know I was really little. I was sort of kind of a little bit on my tippy toes. I was always in that kitchen when that woman was cooking. I was always in that kitchen just kind of watching, trying to, I wanted to cook. And so, scrambled eggs. I thought scrambled eggs were like magic. My mother would pour them into the pan, and I'm looking at this liquid. I remember I was really little. I didn't ask any questions. I didn't know what she was doing. I just saw this yellow stuff being poured out of a bowl into her pan. And I watched in amazement as an innocent little girl. It just started to get thicker and thicker, and then it turned into scrambled eggs, into eggs. You cooked. They were cooked. But for some goofy reason, I thought it was like magic. Isn't that something? It sounds so silly now. Just putting in some salt. But the things that, you know, I guess you can say it doesn't take much to keep me entertained. Oh, mashed potatoes is one of my favorite comfort. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. I just want to just trying to read the chat. Yes, LB. It's talking about, I'm just reading what you said about the frame. I have some black pepper in there. Oh, pretty soon I got to take this jacket off. I'm starting to get hot. But for me, I have to have black pepper in there. I wish I have garlic, but I don't want to put raw garlic in there. And then add some margarine, which is softened. I purposely left it on the counter. So we just drop some gobs of, well, a little bit escaping. I just put a little bit of margarine, kind of little dots down there like that. And then we're gonna add, I just gotta be careful. I don't want to add too much, but we'll just start with just a little sprinkling of milk. Y'all know what I'm doing. Y'all know how it goes. Stand up, get a little grip here. Oh my goodness, the scent of the taters. One of the pieces of potato was trying to run away on me. I just sort of go around like this, and then I get that mush right in there. I think I figured out a way. I think I figured out a way with this cooking thing, like right here. Because the light is nice and bright. You know, sometimes there are common sense solutions, right? They're right here, and I don't see them. Remember I told you that about myself? When you get frazzled and you're thinking about other things, the answer is right here. It's like right here behind me, and I'm a... Sometimes I have to laugh at myself. Ooh, that's a lot of taters. Oh, I got to make some potato pancakes. I love when you have certain things and you can make other things with your leftovers. I love making the potato pancakes soft in the middle but crispy on the outside, and you chop up some onions very small. You chop onions in there. Now if you want, you can cook the onions, chop them up real good and cook them so they're soft, and then blend them in, and then you roll it into a ball, kind of. You work it in your hand, make sure it's nice and thick with some flour and maybe an egg blended inside. And then you can put a little flour on the outside and let that thing fry until it's crispy. Oh, can you tell I'm a foodie as I'm describing every bit of it? Oh, if I had my way. If I had my way, all the things, I know, boo-boo. If I had my way, all the things that were supposed to be bad for you, I'd wave my hand and make them all good for us. Honey, there'd be a bunch of people eating pizza and all the goodies every single moment of all the time of every day. Cheesecake, carrot cake with the cream cheese frosting. I love carrot cake, but you got it for me. You got to have the cream cheese frosting. Yeah, with the onions he had mixed in. I love like all-in-one meals, hamburger helper-ish meals, if you will. Like when you can do the potato pancake and put other stuff within it, and that can just be, you can eat 2 or 3 of those and be full, but you know you've put stuff in there, you know? Something about that. Oh, we're getting fluffy. We're getting there. We're getting there, kids. Almost there. I got to add just a little more. I got to add some insult to injury and put more margarine in. A couple more. And they're still kind of thick, so I'm just sort of doing the mama's statement. When it look like this, it's good. I've got to get some t-shirts made. Let's say when it look like this, it's good. Get them made in pink and just no selling, just give them away. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, I feel the texture. The texture's just about there. I don't know if carnation milk would be good in there. I don't know. I just use regular milk. Any of you use carnation milk in your mashed potatoes? I don't know. Just sounds kind of good. I'd have to take a little scoop out and put it in a bowl and experiment and then taste it to make sure. I don't want to dump it all in there and then, oh, it's not going to taste good. This orange is, oh, tastes very rich. Hi, J7. J7, all this talk of food is making me want to eat, and I just finished dinner a little while ago. Hi, Grandma Cheap Cheap. A little carnation? Okay. Now, Grandma Cheap Cheap, if you want to know about food, my dears, you know what to do. You go on over to her channel and subscribe. And her daughter, right underneath there, is Miss Mama Daughter's sister. You go over there and subscribe to her as well. Yeah, I'm just making some smashed potatoes. I've got some of the store-bought chicken wings, the pre-coated chicken wings, you know. Now, I'm going to just do another splash of milk because to me it needs a little bit. Just like this. That's it. No more leche. No más, no más. And so I want to go like this and kind of get that in there. I know I can use a spoon, but heck, this is working just fine. Got our little smasher. Oh yeah, there you go. Let's see if I can. One of these days I'm going to be a professional. But there you have, to me, I like it right about like that, nice and thick like that. But then, uh-oh. Oh, I need a spoon. Hold on. Oh, let's do the taste test. Hold on now, we gotta try it. Oh, that's good. Oh my gosh, that's good. Just a little bit of salt, I would say. But there's just something about your chilies. I better stop. I better stop putting so much salt in there. Swirl that around a little bit. Hold on. Oh my gosh. If I'm not careful, I'll eat like the whole thing. If I'm not careful, you just have to, y'all have to get something with the wheels on it and kind of roll me around. Got the doohickey. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna do too much. Oh, they're nice and thick. Oh, they're nice and thick. This will help them to be just a little bit smoother. I'm gonna do a few more swipes in there, and that's good enough for Grandma. Oh, there you go. Oh, we have flow. We have flow. Here we go. Yes, there you go. Back before there was motorized anything, people used to do this. Oh, there you go, kids. Oh, as we say, that's what I'm talking about. Then we got to go slow now. Oh, I don't want to waste. Get back in there. Get back in there. The cat's just standing there looking at me like I'm nuts. I am nuts. Okay, then you just go kind of slow and try to get the rest to go down in there. Just sort of drizzles down. Sorry about the noise. Oh, there you go. You ever do that? You're mixing and mixing, and here comes one of your kids, and they go, "Oh, can I have a lick of the bowl? Can I have the spoon?" Oh my goodness. All right. Oh yeah. I just want to rinse the thing off. I don't want the potato to dry on there and become like cement. We just run a little water and get rid of some of the mashed potato off there. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good enough. And in 10, I've got the bacon. Got the bacon. Move the taters to the side. Come down here. I just want to bring it like closer, but okay. Move stuff out of your way. And then we have our turkey bacon. Try to put them all together. Cut some of that up, cut them up. I figured I'd try the turkey bacon. Sometimes, believe it or not, I'm crazy. I'll put a little bit of sour cream in my mashed potatoes, depending on how I feel. Put a few spoons of mashed potato. Yeah, put a few spoons of mashed potato in your mashed potato. No, you put. I'm sure Julia Child said it just like that. No, you put a little bit of sour cream in there, and some people will sprinkle just a little bit of chive on top. It's kind of like having the twice baked potato as a mashed potato, you know? Yeah, you can experiment. Why not? If you want to take a little bit of your potato, a little bit of your taters, and set it to the side and experiment with different toppings, why not? Why not? Well, that's a little unorthodox. That sounds kind of gross. So just try it. Whatever. Try it. I think that's how a lot of that. That's how I'm just kind of gathering it together and just trying to chop it. But yeah. You know how they say, maybe you've heard this before, when you're frying fish and you're frying chicken, when you first put the meat in, when you're frying, it makes a very loud fry sound because it's just cold going onto hot oil. As it starts to cook, you notice it starts to get quiet. The sizzling sort of subsides into just a quiet sizzle. That's how you know, kind of an old school way of knowing. It's not guaranteed, but that's how you know it's just about done. I mean, you flipped it over a few times and it's just, you know, quiet because the temperature of the meat is matching the temperature of the oil. So it's no longer sizzling, you know. I don't know how that sounds to y'all, but sometimes someone would be teaching me how to cook and say, don't only look at it, listen to it. Just listen to it. Oh, there's nothing like a grandma to show you how to cook. Because grandma was when grandma was cooking, she was doing like I just did, just the old way. There's something about it. Can you imagine in back in the day where they were cooking outside and they were cooking in Dutch ovens on the on a fire in a fireplace, you know? Isn't that something? And you got to go back to great grandma. And some of you have pictures of great grandma. And you see them, they got their hair wrapped. They got their hair wrapped. And they've got on a nice, it's kind of like a cotton dress. Very lightly patterned. Oh, yes, indeed. I just envisioned them. I can see them. The women on whose shoulders you're standing that dealt with a lot for us to be here. Oh, I celebrate them. Oh, bless and rest their souls. Great grandma. Auntie. Or even that trusted neighbor that was just like a mama to you. Oh, yes. And then we're just going to take our, do this right. And then we just sprinkle that turkey bacon in there. Oh, yes, indeed. But I don't know. Maybe I just think too much. But I think about all these people that didn't have automated this and automated that, and they did this by hand. They washed clothes by hand. You know, my mother told me that she was only allowed one outfit for school there in Puerto Rico. She went to I think she went to a Catholic school, and she had one uniform with one white blouse. And she said she used to wash her white little school blouse by hand, and that the sun, this is what she said to me. She goes, Lynn, the sun was my bleach. Just a moment, I got this thing popping up. The sun was my bleach. She said I would wash by hand my little blouse. And she said I would lay it out on the rocks outside, and the sun would be my bleach. Isn't that something? Isn't that something when you think about that and you start just envisioning these people? You start envisioning these people from when we were 2, when we didn't exist, and they were kids. They didn't have microwaves. They didn't have cell phones. They didn't have electric mixers. You know, they didn't have electric can openers back in the day. And yet they still managed to present a meal just the same. And it took them hours, you know, where it could take us an hour, maybe a few minutes if we have a TV dinner or whatever it is. But it took them hours. And there's a lot of love that goes into that. A lot of love. That's what I think a good meal is about. There's a lot of love when you're serving other people, when you're cooking for someone else. It's a pleasure. It's just a deep pleasure. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna have to reheat some up. But I'm sometimes I'm drawn and I'm taken back. I'm taken back to the sense of that kitchen. And I know some of you can relate. There is always 1 or 2 meals that were cooked for us that are what our favorites. We couldn't wait for pork chop night. We couldn't wait for fried chicken night, lasagna night, homemade split pea soup. I mean, from the dried beans. And then you take the Easter ham bone, and you purposely leave some meat on that ham bone, that big bone in the old school picnic shoulder picnics. And then you're cooking up the peas, and you're adding all your ingredients, whatever you enjoy adding, a little carnation milk, a little pepper, some butter, whatever. You're cooking that real slow, almost like a mashed potatoes, more like a soupy mash, if you will. That split pea soup. And then as it's cooking in a big pan like this, it's cooking down, and you get that ham, that bone, and you put that in there with it, and then you put the lid on it, and you lower the flame as low as you can get it, and you let that cook slow so that the flavor of the ham and the bone and all that just infuses right into that. I'm telling you, just love. You take one meal, and a portion of the one meal becomes the next. Portion of the one meal becomes the next. It's an amazing thing. Call me whatever, silly or whatever. But my mind is an old school Rolodex. One thing reminds me of something else and reminds me of something else. You're sitting at mama's knee, maybe she's combing your hair, she's braiding your hair, getting you ready. And she starts talking to you. Grandma starts talking to you. And she starts telling you, as we used to say back in the day, the old way. We used to say the old way. I can still see Carol Sue, my sister. That would be Sistah if some of y'all are feeling me, but my sister as well. And they would be straightening their hair, and they'd have the comb. And we had back then we had the gas stoves with the flame, and they would take that hot comb and put that on the stove and wait just so. And or the old school curlers, the metal curlers that you know the two pieces like that. And I can still see Mrs. Sewell doing Carol's hair, and she would put that in, and you hear the step as she's loosening the curl. You see. Sometimes I'd visit after supper, and it'd be a Sunday night, Saturday. A lot of times it was Sunday night or Saturday night where you did your hair. You know, you did specific things to ready your hair for an entire week. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, I remember. Goodness gracious, it just warms my heart to recall these wonderful memories from different friends. And then I had another friend that surprised me. We were friends in school, and I never been to like a house. I lived in the projects. I've been to apartments, right? And I was in high school. I never had a friend from school that lived in a house. But her parents both worked, and they lived by Lighthouse Point in this very nice neighborhood. I guess in retrospect, it would be considered mid-range. What do you call that? Not low income, mid-income, whatever you would call that. And so I arrived, and I took the bus. It was my birthday, and she invited me to come over. I wasn't even thinking about my birthday. Honestly, I was not. We were just, I don't know, we just clicked as friends. And she knew where I was raised and everything like that, and she didn't care. She didn't care. And so she said, you come over for dinner or something like that if you want. You can ask your mom, maybe you can come over after school. I'm like, okay. And here I am at the door. They open the screen door. Her mother's there. She says, hi. And I go into the kitchen, and she had made me a cake for my birthday. I never forget it. It had chocolate frosting. She made me a cake for my birthday. No one ever made me a cake before. And there was a little cardboard sign, happy birthday. Then it was in front of the cake. Isn't that something? Goodness gracious, I'll never forget that as long as I live. My mother never, I don't know why, but she never got me a cake. I'm not mad about that at all. I don't know why that was, but we got presents and stuff like that, but we never got a cake. Okay, let's give this. I know this is a little bit on the cold side, but you know I don't care. Oh, yeah. Perfect. You love to bite into that, and when you bite into it, you taste the milk and the butter, but you get a little bit of bacon as you're eating, just in each serving, just a little bit of bacon. Don't you love surprises like that in food where you eat? It's like chicken cordon bleu, where you have the chicken and it's wrapped or whatever, the stuff within it, something that has something else within it. As you slice it and the sauce just comes out the center. Okay, gotta pick up as we go. And I think the wings, they smell like they're done. LB beans and cornbread cooked in the cast iron skillet with sliced raw onion and some pepper sauce from homegrown banana peppers. Oh my goodness. Banana peppers. I do have that little plant out there, which bravely is trying to donate a pepper to me. There's an itty bitty pepper on there. S. Jameson. You can show people your love by laboring over a meal. It's taking you time and effort. Exactly. Yes, burnt ears too, Grandma Cheap Chip. Exactly. You had to be real careful with that. You don't want to get too close to that ear. Oh, I love that family so much. They just adopted me and pulled me in. You know, it was really wonderful. Oh, glad we checked. It was getting just a little bit too cooked, but you can see right there where that one looks just a little bit too cooked, but that's all right. And it's best to let them sit just to kind of settle for a few minutes. And then what you do is this big enough? Oh, yes, it is. I got that pie plate on there. And then what I'm going to do, what should I do here? I know, I should scoop some potatoes on there and stick it in the oven. So that's cooling down, and then these potatoes can be in the oven. Just a little bit of them. Okay, a lot of bit of them. Why am I lying? Oh, just a little bit. No, we're not going to have a little bit. Yes, slap it up there. Ain't I terrible? Yeah, it looks good. Hold on, let's make sure it's still good. I had to double check, girls. I had to make sure it was, girls and guys, I had to make sure it was still good. Take this and put it in here. The oven is off. Got to give that a few minutes. But like I showed you before, I've got this cookbook here, right? And then I think I might have got this. I forget where I get them from. And then we got the Betty Crocker's one with a lot of nice recipes in there. So maybe we can get into preparing some meals, especially now we're going to get into the winter months. And here comes chili. And then you have the I buy the store-bought sometime. It's the cornbread muffins. I don't know if you've ever seen those at the goodness gracious, my mind is thinking so much about the food, it's drawing a blank. I'm like, oh, geez, that tastes pretty good. Ooh. But it's the biscuits, and they're cornbread. I think they might be by grams. And, or just some, there's something to me about chili and some kind of a baked product that, pardon me, itchy nose. There's something about a baked product that has cornbread in it, you know? But I forget what they were. I used to buy them all the time. I don't know. I think they might have been cornbread biscuits. Yeah, Jiffy corn muffin. I love that too. Yeah, the little blocks, I like those too. Corn fritters are very good. Ruth, corn fritters. Goodness gracious, it sounds good. You know, I'm sitting here and my waist is expanding just talking about all this food. There's so many good things that you can cook. I'm just thinking about that Thanksgiving meal. And yes, they're going to give, they did last year. I think it's every year. They're going to give us a turkey. So I got to cook that turkey. And then knowing Tim's family, they might invite me. I don't know if I'd want to go. Yeah. Those old school, you know, how am I going to say this? I say this just right. But a lot of the recipes, a lot of the soul food recipes, the soul food recipe, a lot of those recipes come from a lot of pain. Yes, they do. There were the scraps tossed at people, if you're understanding me. But guess what? The folks' great grandma, she took those scraps And she turned some of those scraps into some delicacies. You understanding me? It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. Just awesome. The clothes, Grandma Cheap Cheap. Yeah, thank you, LB. Grandma Cheap Cheap. That's what I love about the fall. The clothes, the food, pumpkin spice, cooler weather, soups, chili, and butternut squash. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I love, and you know what I love? Acorn squash. The acorn squash, you bake it and you have the brown sugar and butter on that bad boy. Ho, 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 ho. LB, authentic soul food is the most truly African, oh, I'm sorry, American food there is. You're right about its history. We should respect that too, and I do. And I do. And I like all kinds of food though. I mean, I make lasagna. Y'all know all y'all make lasagna. I love some good spaghetti. I love a good BLT and a good sandwich, lettuce, tomato, and bacon sandwich. I eat all kinds of food. Love it. Yes. Southern comfort food to be exact. Yes. My favorite Southern food, I like collard greens cooked from scratch. You chop them up and you have some neck bone in there, some smoked neck bone. Oh, yep. Gotta have some white rice. I gotta have some macaroni and cheese, and you gotta give me a side of fried chicken with that. I can deal with having just the mac and cheese, the rice, and then the collard greens. If you have neck bone in there or ham hock in there, that's fine. I don't have to have the chicken, but a piece or so of chicken with that goes just fine, and some good cornbread. But I also like my rice, arroz con bichuela, my rice and beans, and my mother's chicken, the stuff that I make. And um, I'm trying to think if there's any food that I haven't tried. I guess Russian food, like borscht, is supposed to be a cold soup and stuff like that. I'll try a little taste of different foods just to see what it's like. Yes, I love some good fried chicken. And if I can't make good fried chicken, well, I'll go get somebody else's fried chicken. It's pretty simple. You just have to have the right mixture. And I cannot make a good home cooked or home baked biscuit to save my life. My biscuits are like white hockey pucks. I kid you not. So I always end up buying, and I'm not going to sit here in front and try to, oh yeah, try to slide the empty cylinder out of the way. Yeah, look at these biscuits I just made from scratch. Y'all be looking at me side-eyed like, yeah, that looks like Pillsbury to me. Wait a minute, those look like Grand biscuits. You ain't fooling nobody. Black eyed peas with ham. Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh, please. Ooh, ooh, y'all getting me going here. Yeah. I give credence, and I give credit to the many, many shoulders that we stand upon. Stand, and some sore and tired shoulders at that. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed. I think about that, and that would be my father's side of the family. And then I think about my mother and her mother, you know. Isn't that weird? Talking about youngsters, like kids that are like 11 or 12, they don't know what a rotary phone is. They don't know what a party line is, where you pick up the phone and other people will be having a conversation. Good evening, I'm free to be me 8. Yeah, we don't. That's why I have to really I gotta check myself. I gotta check myself. Really? I gotta really think about washing an old raggedy white shirt every single day and laying it on some rocks outside. I better check myself. There's a washer in my bathroom. I better check myself and be so grateful to the master. I'm telling you, I have to put myself in check. Doesn't mean we walk around, all, I don't know, all sad all day. It just means that I better make sure to understand that I'm here, but there was a lot of suffering in some cases to get me here, and there's a lot of people whose shoulders were standing on. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, every once in a while, you kind of sit back. And not all youngsters, there are youngsters out there that really appreciate and sit at the knees of their grandparents and love their grandparents, genuinely love and revere and respect them and hold the door for them, and will go see about them. LB, it's just keeping things in perspective and being grateful for those whose blood, sweat, and tears paved the way. Amen. Preach now. And had limited minutes and couldn't carry them over. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I can just pick up a cell phone, and we've talked about this before. You can pick up a cell phone and see the other side of the planet, for goodness sakes. You can see the other side of the world. And I think it's a good thing that pull that son and daughter in the kitchen when they're little. I'm talking about people that have young children. Pull them in the kitchen. Have a sit down. Open up that photograph. Open up that album and show them some photos and have a little chit chat. I think that's a good thing. And I think to pass down the photographs and pass down some lessons to them. No, we're going to turn off all this stuff off, and we're going to sit down tonight, and we're going to have a chit chat. Let's go out and sit outside. Let's have some lemonade and sit outside and talk. Just a moment. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for the food that you have given me. I pray that you bless it for the nourishment of my body. In the name of Jesus Christ, I do pray and ask it. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, I do pray and ask it. Amen. All right. Oh. Yep. Street view on Google Maps. They can literally walk down the street almost anywhere in the world and look at the buildings, famous landmarks too. A cheap way to travel, yes. Ruth Ashkenazi. My mother scrubbed floors when we were little for $5 a week. Oh God, oh my gosh, yes. Back then, like we say janitor, we say janitor, and there's other terminology for people that clean now. Back then, I think you were called a scrub woman. You're a scrub. Oh, the scrub woman. Oh, wait a minute. Gotta get the Hold on. Let me get the pour some dressing on the thingy. And of course, Miss Fancy's like right there. Okay. Okay. She's like, what you got, Ma? Where's mine? Denise Brumer, hi. Sandra Aguare, hi. Well, here we have our smashed potato. Hold on, let's see. Can we get some bacon on there? Hold on. Let's see. There you have a smash with the bacon. And can I help you, young lady? The cat's over there. Of course, she's right there. Yeah. It's a plus minus with these wings. I like the flavor of them because they're spicy. It's got a really thick coating on it. Sometimes sometimes it's good and sometimes not. Sometimes there's more coating than chicken. That's just how it is. That's why it's so good to do our own. You know how I do my chicken in the oven or whatever. We all have our own recipes. But then you take it, if I can turn the plate around, you take it and then you dip it. Am I doing that right? You take it and you dip it. Yes, Miss Ashante, if I could make up about 12, let me see, there's 19 people in here. No, 32. Oh my gosh. 33. Hi. I would figure a way with all these tables and all these nightstands to have plates all over the place, and y'all just come on in and sit down. Or, as we say, sat down. S-E-T, sat down. All right, Miss Fancy. Now, what I try to do is I try to open it up, go inside, and just pull like a little piece of chicken like that for her with nothing on it. And then we break it up in a few pieces. All right, Missy. There you go. Oh, yeah, it tastes pretty good. Okay, just a moment, please. Hold on. It was so good to see Mr. Jacob. Jacob was in here earlier, to those of you that know who Jacob is, and he thanked us for prayers. So it was wonderful to see him. I'm recalling someone else asked for prayer, but I got to really try to remember how that came to me. Oh, you had wings? Oh, okay. Free to meet. I'm free to be me. 8 had wings and fries. We had ESP. I do that too, LB. Having the cereal. Sometimes I just get in an oatmeal mood. I just want oatmeal. And while I'll put the water to boil and I'll drop raisins, like raisins in the water, so they soften and expand and they're soft. And then I add the oatmeal and let it all cook together. And then sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon, pour just a dot of milk and blend it all together. Y'all forgive me for eating. No, I've never. Really? I didn't know there was an overnight. LB, I didn't know that. Do you ever make overnight oatmeal? Oh, Sandra, that sounds good. The wedgies sound good. Joyful Gigi. Thank you. Thank you, Gigi. Yeah, the mayonnaise thing. Yes. But sometimes I just take the potato, sounds whatever, and I'll dip it in the dressing. Oh yes, I will. I just try stuff. I'm just thinking about now. I'm just sitting here I'm thinking about all these different foods. Like lemon chicken, lemon chicken with white rice. What's the other that has the nuts in it? Cashews. The one that has the cashews in it. It is amazing the variety of foods that are at our disposal nowadays. You know, in Rochester, New York, they had this store called Wegmans, and I don't know if they have other stores. They might have some stores here like that, but they have foods. They have foods and different things and different ingredients from around the world, and it's pretty awesome where you can go in and get food from like Pakistan and Ireland, like cookies and different things from different countries. I find that fascinating. And you have different, I can't think of how to say this, but different kind of Asian noodles, just different types, not just pasta, but other types of noodles made from other things. So I always find all this different kind of food very interesting, and how you can incorporate maybe an Asian noodle into an Italian meal, putting a meat sauce on that noodle because that noodle is lower in calories. It's just all kinds of different which ways to do food. Yes, Trader Joe's. Like I say, I'm in this tiny town and we're kind of limited, and you can find certain things at Walmart, but certain things you're not going to find at Walmart. You have, like I said, I would have to go into Washington State. That's just a 45-minute trip. And what my neighbor that's moving does, her and her son, excuse me, please excuse me. They go to, well, they were once a month. They go shopping to Washington, to just a one big shopping trip a month, which I think is a pretty cool idea. You figure, well, I'll do it once a month, get everything, just go to all the different stores, and they have bigger supermarkets. The city, it's bigger. Gotta watch my teeth with the crispy. You went 11 weeks, no soda, sweets, bread, tortillas. Yeah, there is, yeah. Oh, I used to be so good. But I decided tonight to be bad. Oh well. I don't know. I just wanted some comfort foods. I just wanted comfort foods. But yeah, I was doing that. I was eating the veggie burgers, grilled fish, and grilled chicken. And then I was walking a lot. Yes, Miss Sandra, I totally understand. Yeah, when I was in Susan, when I was in upstate New York, we had the Wegmans, we had Aldi's. I'm trying to think, did we have Tops? I think we had Top Supermarket. So you have all these supermarkets, and they were all kind of within close proximity of one another. So you make a list with all the different names of the stores. And you say, okay, I'm going to get the mayonnaise from this store. I'm going to get the peanut butter here. And then you're looking at all the flyers and you're writing down the sale items for each store. And you come out pretty good. And then you plan it. Okay, we're going to leave this way. We're going to go on this end, and we're going to work our way down the road. Maybe we've got to take a turn or two for that other store. But you, including drugstores, because sometimes at the drugstores, like Rite Aid and stuff like that, you come out good depending on your coupons, but you come out good with toilet paper and stuff like that, you know? So it's not just supermarkets, you just all different kinds of stores, and you just work it. You work it. 7 stores, whatever the amount, you plan it in advance. It's like it's like war, you know. You're going to war. You're trying to keep as much in your wallet as you can. You got your coupons. You got everything lined up. You got all the cards. Okay, this card, the Wegman, this card, this card. This is the discount card, so I get the savings. And one by one by one, by the time you're all done, you got your food. You got your toiletries. You know, if you have a kitty cat, you got your cat food. You got your litter. You got your dog food. Everything all lined up. And I'm telling you, you save a lot of money like that. All right, Miss Fancy, you're being such a good girl tonight. Here's some more chicken. Here you go. There you go. 3 in 1. Oh my gosh. You can just use the Flip app for that. The Flip app. They look at all. Oh wow, I never even knew that existed. You see how ignorant I am? I'm free to be me. 8 is talking about the Flip app. I've never heard of that. Let's see, I have a cell phone, but I don't know. I mean, it's, you know, just a regular looking cell phone. But I know there's certain phones where you can't get everything. I'm not quite sure. Please forgive my ignorance to that. I just didn't know. Y'all know I'm in my own little world over here. Granny needs to get out more. Alls I know is I'm looking forward to getting these 2 days over with and having 2 off, and then having the other 2 days and having 3 days off. That's been in the back of my mind. Trust me, I've just been thinking about that. Here you start working 12 hours and you think, oh, this is kind of rough. And then you find out that within the work schedule, there's actually 3 days off. Oh my goodness. I probably could have took these wings out a little bit sooner, but they're still good. Oh, grocery store flyers. Yeah. We have, now what I like about this Big Lots, we have Big Lots. Let me see if I have this right. We have the Dollar Tree. You have Big Lots. And then this other supermarket. I can always forget the name of the supermarket because it's a name that doesn't sound right like a supermarket to me. So I just kind of envision where every place is. And when I get off at 4 o'clock in the morning, there's nothing open. So if I know I have one night to go, I will go to the store. Do not like doing this, but I'll go to the store before work, you know. And if I need to get some groceries or something, I'll kind of do a little bit of a rundown so that when I get off of work, I know I'm off and I don't have to go back out. You know, I'll go before work. All these goofy, weird things, not weird, goofy things we have to do to kind of plan, and we're planning for those days of rest. Ruth, I didn't hear about the woman who was arrested. You have a wonderful night, Mrs. Shanti. Someone else is leaving. Someone said bye, you two. Arrested for coupon counterfeiting. For goodness sakes. Now, what the hell she did? Well, all right, Miss Fancy, I'm not giving you any more after that. Oh, okay, I misunderstood. Okay. So she just printing up copies of coupons. I would like to do a Google Hangout. I haven't even tried it yet, but I think I would like to try that. I was talking about that before. Can we do that with this new YouTube now? Because before it was you had to have an encoder. Grandma Cheap Cheap, you have a wonderful night and enjoy some sweet, sweet sleep. Thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you. You be blessed too. And people just sit back thinking of ways to do things. I would have never thought, oh gee, I'm gonna duplicate a coupon so I can save some money or something. Okay. Okay, I'm free to be me 8. Yeah, I was talking about that. We used to do Google Hangouts, and I think some of you were here and some of you weren't here. Okay, the Google Hangout, LB, what happens is you can come into the room and you can be live right with me or with the person that's on here. You don't have to. You can choose to show you to come on live and talk, or you can just have your icon or photo be in the place. So in other words, I'd be up here like this, and there would be circles of different people, and we could all hear. I can hear you. Yeah, but you don't have to worry. You don't have to. It'll ask you, do you want to be live or with your face like talking like this, or would you just have your icon? A lot of people prefer their privacy, and I understand that, and they'll just have their icon. But we can hear each other talk. Okay, I think that should work. So I'm gonna have to look into that. Y'all forgive me my ignorance with technology. I'm glad that I'm free to be me 8 reminded me of that because I talked about it before. Because I'm always saying that I'd like to hear you talk. And then, because I didn't know because I saw, like, you know how you're watching a video, there's the suggested videos on the right-hand side of the YouTube screen. And one of the suggested things on the listing there was a Google Hangout. I'm like, they're still doing Hangouts? Really? I got kind of excited. I'm like, well, that would be really cool. Yeah, you could sit there and talk. I used to go into, like, they would have biblical ones, and there was these 3 or 4 brothers in there talking, and I came in, and they let me in. They talked to me for a little while first. I think they wanted to make sure I wasn't a nut job just trying to infiltrate and say naughty things or whatever. They talk to me. Okay, you can kick the person out. Let's say someone comes in, blankety blank blank blank. You can block them or whatever. You gotta be careful. Yeah, but all in all, this turned out pretty good. Let me see. Well, she had them made up in another country and sent to her here in the US. There were also big discounts on electronics, so it was a big business in the thousands. Oh my gosh. I'm just reading, y'all. Y'all forgive me. Thank you. Yeah, that's the correct spelling. That's not my legal name. Y'all know that, right? Lynn is my nickname that my mother and my family in Connecticut call me. Not my birth name, but I choose to use that name. No big deal. But yeah, I started to, only my mother and my siblings would call me Lynn. And, sorry, chewing. And it's very special. And I thought to myself, I love these people, so I'm gonna go ahead and say, hey, it's Lynn. Yeah, I gotta really check into that Google. Because you can't go live on the old YouTube format. Y'all remember the old YouTube format? And then they switched it to the new. And I was so ignorant about it. All I had to do was switch to the new YouTube, and boom, there it was, go live. I'm like, really? All this time I'm fretting about it, and it was right, like I said, there it is again, right in front of my face, and I couldn't see it. So I'm thinking now that I'm on the new YouTube, please excuse me, that maybe the Google is accessible now, because I couldn't do a Google Hangout without what they call an encoder, ENCODER. The encoder allows the information to be fed through to allow the live to happen. The encoder has to be feeding through. Remember when I tried to go live? I don't know if any of you remember, and there was this really awful feedback to it and everything like that. That's when I tried to go and use an encoder. It was horrible. So I'm thinking that maybe the Google Hangout is now available. Hold on. Oh, that's really cool, Ruth. Lynn or Linda? Linda in Spanish means pretty. And apparently, when they look down in the little, they used to roll. My mother said she used to roll me around town, in the little old-fashioned buggies, baby carriage, the old school big ones, And all the little other little Spanish ladies would come by and look down at me in that little, look down in that little thing and say, "Ay que linda, ay que linda." They would say, "Oh, how pretty she is." And so my mother just started calling me Lynn or Linda. And it just kind of went to calling me Lynn. And that's how the name Lynn, that's where it came from. I said, why, after I got a little bit older, I said, why is it everybody's calling me Lynn? Where'd that come from? That's not my name. That's not my legal name. And she sat me down and told me a story. She, when you were a baby, everybody thought you were so pretty. Yep. I think that really bothered my older sister. That's probably why she had that's probably why she had a few select names she created for me for herself. You know how siblings are, for goodness sakes, when they're young. Yeah, but that's a true story. You ever sit back when you're little, you just sort of accept certain set things, and then you get to be about 11 years old or so, and you start asking questions with this one word, why? Why is this? Why is that? I remember this person being here. Where's that person now? What? I remember this and I remember that. And sometimes I get the response, you ask too many questions. You need to be quiet. And I got quiet. I didn't want the belt. But you get to that smart alecky age of between about 8 and about 11, 8 and 12. You're still a little kid. You're getting just a little bit older, but you're still a little kid. But you're all smarty, and not y'all, but because you're about that age, you start, they're like, wait a minute. I'm not 5 years old anymore, and I'm a little bit older now, so I kind of recognize that something just isn't quite right here. What's up? Let me stop. Asking questions is a sign of intelligence, though. Thank you, LB, very much. Everyone in church, for some reason, called me Ruth Ann, so I never said anything. Actually, it's Ruth Viola. I like that Viola name. The actress, isn't there an actress with the name Viola? I love names like that. Yes, Miss Davis. Thank you. Excuse me. Get rid of my chicken bones here. Yes, the cat's still begging, but I'm not giving her any. You know something, Boo Boo? Mommy loves you so much with all her heart, but you're not getting any more. Hold on. Okay, I gotta stop after this. I'm about to explode. You still got a little piece of chicken right there, and if you don't pick that chicken up and eat it, I'm gonna pick that up and throw it out. Then I gotta clean that spot right there. You gonna eat that or not? Sorry, I tend to talk to the cat like she's human. You know what I keep hearing in my head? I was watching the playback of the Queen, Miss Aretha Franklin's memorial, her homegoing service. I keep hearing the Clark sisters. They are awesome. They were awesome. And also, don't need to go into Miss Ariana Grande's controversy or whatever. However, I will say this about Miss Grande, Señorita Grande. All of a sudden, this little girl comes out, comes down to the onto the dais to sing a song. You know what I said in my head? I might have said it out loud because I was by here. I was laying in the bed watching this thing. I'm like, well, that's a very nice dress you're almost wearing. Where's the rest of it? Yep. Other than that, I'm sure she's a very nice girl. But I just thought, in my humble opinion, at a memorial service, and especially a memorial service for Miss Aretha Franklin, I was thinking in my mind this. I'll shut up about this in a second, okay? I was thinking, didn't your grandmother see you? Didn't your mother see you? When your stylist was designing this dress, did you not impart the information that you were going to, get down, that you were going to a memorial service in a church? And you knew Wolfie Clinton and all them other Wolfie men were going to be there. Perhaps you didn't know their reputations. I'm sorry. But I see the Clark sisters. I think they came on after. I see Shaka Khan. All these other people wearing these long gown type dresses. The Clark sisters are at the knee or below the knee. They're dressed very stylish, but they're all covered up, but dressed stylish. Yeah, that the LB. Yeah. I'm not sitting here like I've described myself before, like some fuddy duddy. But somebody need to put that's somebody's grandma or somebody need to pull her to the side. I'll tell you what, if I was one of those old school church mothers, I think I might have had a black type of a wrap or something. Say, girl, you got to put this thing on and just cover the backside of you because you're gonna have the wolves in sheep's clothing behind you, all those men behind you. I just think about things. Maybe I think about things too I think too hard. But Bill Clinton's been getting away with a lot of stuff. Him and Mrs. Clinton. But this is not the gossipy channel. I could just roll a whole bunch of stuff off my tongue right about now, but I guess I better control myself. When you have money, when you're a multimillionaire, and you got a lot of money, there are people that get away with things and just I rub your shoulder, you rub not mine. You know about me and I know about you. So I'm just, I'm just gonna do like this. I'm gonna look the other way. It's okay. More love, less hate, organic gardener. Hey. Yeah, they do. They do get away with so much. But I was talking to Tim about this today. We were talking about that. Well, not about the Ariana Grande. He doesn't. Tim is the kind of person that will rent movies, or I'm sorry, buy movies and watch maybe some racing show or something like that. Um, that's about it. So if I went up to Tim and say, "Did you hear about Ariana Grande?" He'd just look at me. Who's Ariana Grande? I have no idea what you're talking about. So when the Clark sisters came out, well, actually, I can't remember who was first. I see her face, but Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer Hudson came out, and she had that little hat on, the rose hat, and she had on that dress or whatever the outfit. I said, "Thank goodness she's here. Oh, thank you. She's here to bring it back. Roll it on back. Bring it back. Bring it back to the way it should be." When she came out, I don't know if she was first with the Clark sisters. I can't remember who. But when those ladies started coming out and I started seeing what I consider to be normalcy, I said, "Shoo! Goodness gracious. Let's just try to forget about the other thing for now." Gosh, I must sound terrible. hmm Jennifer Hudson. You know, also Miss Fantasia Barrino, that young woman right there. She's done some gospel. You'll see her on some gospel shows. Then she goes back to a little bit to secular, and then she was on a play, this big play or whatever. Miss Fantasia Barrino, that woman can really, really. She just when she sings gospel, it just kind of goes through you. Yes, I saw that too. That would be yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. And yeah, pardon me, my teeth. I got to be careful. Yeah, my phone's about to go dead. Good, let it go dead. Gotta bring this plate back. But yeah, there are certain people, excuse me, like Aretha Franklin, when you open your mouth to sing and it is effortless and it just flows out of her mouth, singing flowing out of her mouth like talking flows out of our mouths and hitting notes without effort. And especially when she sang gospel. And sometimes you could just about see her just about in the spirit as she was singing certain genres of singing gospel. And certain people are blessed. They have it. They've got it. They've got the gift. And I just think that this is just an opinion. I'm just kind of to old grandma to herself thinking that Miss Fantasia, I would love to see her do more gospel because she's got it. Of course, Jennifer Hudson, she's got that thing. Just flows, and there's no effort, extra effort. The notes aren't short, like she's out of breath or something. It just flows. That's just, in my humble opinion, a God-given gift. Like Christina Aguilera is an excellent singer. Mouth opens, on point, on note, all the time, every day. Every day. Yeah, Jennifer Hudson does make you feel when you. Yes, Gladys Knight. Goodness, I seen her up there. I just started thinking. All I can hear the one song. It's sad to think I can't sing. Just the two of us. What a song. She's got it as well. There's a depth. There's a depth with Miss Gladys. There's a depth. She goes, neither one of us wants to be the first to say. And she goes, woo, neither one of us. And then when she goes, wants to be the first to say, woo, like that. she, yeah. There's a depth of emotion in her voice, in her throat. There's a depth. Each one blessed. They're each blessed with a wonderful singing voice, with a wonderful instrument, as they call it, an instrument, but each with their own style or depth to it, like. And you know an Aretha styled song, kind of song. You know a Gladys Knight or Gladys Knight and the Pips kind of song, you know. You know the OJs or the Commodore. You just know the certain type of song that would be right for their voice and their style. You know, I there was somebody I was thinking about. I was surprised they weren't there. But yeah, I had to. I like to play back, just to play back. But when the Clark sisters came out, and the one sister was on the organ, well, Stevie wrote one of my favorite songs, "Till You Come Back to Me," about liking her version better than his. Great song. Yes, the songs of the past which traveled your mind. They told a story, a breakup story, losing a loved one story. I'm so deeply in love with this person, I can't think of no one else story. And for those 3 minutes of the song, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, something like that, like, I know this is going to sound kind of whatever, but Papa was a rolling stone, my son. Wherever he laid his head was his home. And when he died, oh, he left alone, alone, alone. I could relate to that. To Mr. Gilbert, who was my stepfather. He was, Papa was a rolling stone, for real. So I could see the housing projects when I heard that song. You see, you travel me somewhere, and sometimes even if you're not the best singer, you're in tune. You may not be an Aretha or whoever you would consider way up top, the person you would consider way up there, Pavarotti or whoever, but you can carry a tune, but you've got excellent stage presence, and you tell me a story. You travel me. It's just as good to me. Excuse me. Now that's just me. Yes. I like I like songs like that. Sometimes the people at my job think I'm nuts because I wish I could, and that's okay. Go ahead and think I'm crazy. It doesn't bother me at all. They won't be the first. But there would be a potato. You see I have very big hands. All right. You see this whole part of this wine glass here, like that. That's about the size of the potatoes, right? But however, they can be bigger. They can be bigger, like this big, like this. I would say what's about 8 inches along that way, like that. And they're heavy, right? So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, here comes a big old splash of taters. These big old taters. And I stand up. I got to stand up for those because I try to sit. There's a little itty bitty metal stool with a little, and it's attached. You can swing it out and put your butt on it. And when the taters are coming, you got your gloves, you can take them, and there's a big piece of metal in front of me. And you take that tater and you slap it on there, and it slices it in half. So I'm sitting there, I'm sweating. Every time you throw one, you got splashed back in your face, on your chest, all in the front of you, getting all stinky and dirty. Just telling you the absolute truth. I'll start singing Papa Was a Rolling Stone. It's really noisy. You can't hear me. You can't hear me. I'm back there. I'm glad as night. I'm back there. I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there. I'm Tina Turner. I'm all these different people. Yep. Sometimes I'm about to fall asleep. I've got about 2 more hours to go. I'm done with my last break. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm about to fall asleep. So I stand up, and here come them big old taters. I start picking up Papa was a, and just slap, 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 and I'm just singing and just doing that. I'm making it through, doing my thing. And I tried to explain to some people, and they look at me like I'm goofy. Oh, I'm so tired of this. I'm so da, 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 da. I said, do you see this right here? What is this? They said, it's a potato. I go, no, it's money. It's money. I want you to start thinking about it a different. Think about it differently. Think about it differently. You don't have to love it, but perhaps if you thought about it a little bit differently, it wouldn't make you so angry, so mad. Your night only goes by longer if you're there angry. 5 minutes will seem like a half hour if you're angry. All right, I'm free to be me 8. Thank you for reminding me about that hangout. I will look into that. I will. I got to work 2, but then I'm off for 2, so that'll give me the time. It's hard for me to do anything except clean my cat's litter box, do the little bit of dishes, a little bit of sweeping and mopping, very, very little when I'm working, because after 12 hours, you don't much feel like doing anything but taking a shower, brushing your teeth. I got my cotton pajamas laid out in the bathroom on the counter for when I come home. I got everything all lined up. You just line everything up. You got everything lined up if you want to eat something or whatever, you know? So I don't feel like doing much of anything because you just stagger in the door and the first thing I want to be is clean, you know? Take off the sneakers, take all the clothes, throw them in the washer, get in that shower, get scrubbed up, put your cotton jammies, you go, ah. But the key to something like that is just organizing yourself. That's how I do it. You got everything lined up, even your coffee cup and the cup that you tote your coffee in, everything, your keys, everything's just lined up, you know? Okay, I got to work 2 days. I got 2 sets of two underwear and 2 sets of socks and 2 shirts and got a couple pairs of pants and 2 work shirts. You know, everything just lined up so that if you are tired or frustrated and you're running late, everything's lined up so you don't have to be scared that you're going to be late. Yeah, I'm free to be me 8. I don't know if you're still here. I think she was thinking about ending her channel in November. I told her to hang in there. I don't know. I gotta put you down, boo boo. I gotta put you down. You gotta chill. Now step back. You are not going to eat these leftover pieces of chicken, and I am not move. And I'm not leaving them on the floor. I don't. Take this plate over to the whatchamacallit. There's 23 according to this live upper left-hand corner here. Thank you so very much for hanging out with me. I mean, it's the middle 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Yeah, she leaves a little piece of chicken. I'm like, I can't leave that sitting there to dry. Oh, no way. She sometimes, love cats. She's smelling the food cooking, and she's just sitting there with her little snout, and she's just salivating, imagining how wonderful it's going to be. And then you put it in front of her, and she'll just kind of taste it a little bit, but she won't eat it sometimes. She just wants to taste it. Excuse me. I think I need to set up a separate dish for her water. Good night, Ruth. Thank you so much for stopping in. Get some rest, honey. Okay, I'm a lazy bones. I'm just gonna leave the dishes right just like that. What we got here? Just like now, I just had to wait for it to cool down. I gotta put it in the fridge. Potato pancakes palooza. I just wish that I had bought some kind of dessert, but I don't need a dessert. I lost 3 pounds. I gained 3 pounds. I lose some pounds. I gain some pounds. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Okay, And I'm going to call it a night as well, LB, because I need to be rested up. I want to thank each and every one of you. There's 21 of you in here. Thank you so very much, LB. Thank you so very much again for the postcard. Thank you also very much for tuning in. And I need to see if I can. I want to scroll back. They may not be here. We have a Rowdy Chica 59. I've never seen that name before. You know how I feel? Okay. Miss LB, Sandra Aguirre, Aguirre. I'm free to be 8 is gone. Night night, and so has Grandma Cheap Cheap. I just want to scroll back. Uniquely Ashante. I just want to try to name folks here. Yaki Snacky, Chef Fab. I didn't see that. Sophisticated TW. I'm scrolling backwards here. Okay, I think I've named everybody that I can see, at least in this. It's Zoe Wolfchild, Uniquely Ashante's Corner, Ruth Ashkenazi, LB. I think I've named everybody. Nellen Rivera, you are still, if you're here or if you're not here, you're still in my prayers. Jay Seva, Miss Mama, daughter, sister. Thank you all so very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Please, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's probably after 10 o'clock where you are, and I don't want to be on here real late like that and have everybody else on here really late. Please get some rest. I have 2 nights of work, so I probably will not be in for a couple of nights unless something dramatic happens or something. I love you, and thank you so very much for your support. Thank you. I will say it. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Most of all, thank you for your prayers.